If we can look upon our work as not for self-benefit, but as a means to benefit society, we will be practicing appreciation and patience in our daily lives. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. In every trial, let understanding fight for you. There are having flowers in spring, breezes in summer, moon in autumn, snows in winter. If there is nothing worrying over you, it will be the best seasons at all times. To meditate is to listen with a receptive heart. Everything is based on mind, is led by mind, is fashioned by mind. If you speak and act with a pure mind, happiness will follow you, as a shadow clings to a form. Let the wise one control his thoughts, for they are difficult to perceive, often elusive, and they rush about frantically. A mind well controlled achieves peace and happiness. Wherever a person goes, his deeds, like a shadow, will follow. For the wakeful one whose mind is quiet, whose thoughts are undisturbed, who has relinquished judgments and blame, there is no fear. Free from passion and desire, you have stripped the thorns from the stem. With our thoughts, we make the world. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. If you don't disturb yourself, like a broken gong does not vibrate, then you have achieved nirvana. Irritability no longer exists for you. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships and breaks up pleasant. Goodwill toward all beings is the true religion. Cherish in your heart's boundless goodwill to all that lives. I am the owner of my actions, heir to my actions, born of my actions, related through my actions, and have my actions as my arbitrator. Whatever I do, for good or for evil, to that I will fall heir. Speak only the speech that neither torments self nor does harm to others. Whatever is subject to origination is all subject to cessation. Let yourself be open, and life will be easier. A spoon of salt in a glass of water makes the water undrinkable. A spoon of salt in a lake is almost unnoticed. Treat others with respect. How you treat others will be how they treat you. The secret of health for both mind and body is to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. The thought manifests as the word manifests as the deed develops into habit, and the habit hardens into character. So watch the thought and its ways with care, and let it spring from love, born out of concern for all beings. Be your own lamps, be your own shelters. Hang on to the truth as a lamp. Hang on to the truth as a refuge. Friendship is the only cure for hatred, the only guarantee of peace. From craving is born grief. From craving is born fear. For one freed from craving there's no grief. So why fear? If desires are not uprooted, sorrows grow again in you. A tree is a wonderful living organism, which gives shelter, food, warmth, and protection to all living things. It even gives shade to those who wield an axe to cut it down. In protecting oneself, others are protected. In protecting others, oneself is protected. Letting go of our suffering is the hardest work we will ever do. When giving to others, do not linger on thoughts of a giving, what was given, or the one who has received. Why cling to the pain and the wrongs of yesterday? Why hold on to the very things that keep you from hope and love? To awaken, sit calmly, letting each breath clear your mind and open your heart. The greatest impurity is ignorance. Free yourself from it. Be pure. All rising to great places is by a winding stair. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. Through vigilance, restraint and control, the wise will construct an island that no flood will overcome. The more completely we give of ourselves, the more completely the world gives back to us. Suffering, if it does not diminish love, will transport us to the furthest shore. Like a lovely flower full of color but lacking in fragrance, are the words of those who do not practice what they teach. True charity occurs only when there are no notions of giving, giver, or gift. Giving the best to others, or giving the best to us. The value of life is not based on how long we live, but how much can we contribute to others in our society. Men who are addicted to the passions are like the torch carrier, running against the wind. His hands are sure to be burned. Like a beautiful flower that is colorful but has no fragrance, even well-spoken words bear no fruit in one who does not put them into practice. The man who foolishly does me wrong, I will return to him the protection of my most ungrudging love. And the more evil comes from him, the more good shall go from me. To share happiness, and to have done something good before leaving this life, is sweet. Your suffering is my suffering, and your happiness is my happiness. What do you think you become? Be quick to do good. If you are slow, the mind, delighting in mischief will catch you. Turn away from mischief again and again. Turn away, before sorrow befalls you. Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. Do not accept anything, simply because it has been said by your teacher, or because it has been written in your sacred books, or because it has been believed by many, or because it has been handed down by your ancestors. Accept and live only according to what will enable you to see truth, face to face. A fool who recognizes his own ignorance is thereby in fact a wise man, but a fool who considers himself wise, that is what one really calls a fool. The poisonous serpent of afflictions is sleeping in your mind, just as if a black viper were asleep in your room. You must use the hook of precepts to quickly remove it. When the sleeping snake is gone, then you can rest at ease. Through zeal, knowledge is gotten. Through lack of zeal, knowledge is lost. Just as a tree, though cut down, sprouts up again, if its roots remain uncut and firm, until the craving that lies dormant is rooted out, suffering springs up again and again. To keep the body in good health is a duty, for otherwise we shall not be able to trim the lamp of wisdom, and keep our mind strong and clear. Being generous, just helping one's relatives, and being blameless in one's actions. This is the best good luck. Through effort, you will cross any raging flood. Through energy, you will pass any sorrow. Dwell not on the faults and shortcomings of others. Instead, seek clarity about your own. Never tell a lie. Anyone who can tell you the slightest of lies is also capable of any evil. With gentleness, overcome anger. With generosity, overcome meanness. With truth, overcome deceit. It is wrong to think that misfortunes come from the east or from the west. They originate within one's own mind. Just as gold is burnt, cut and rubbed, examine my words carefully, and do not accept them simply out of respect. Do not say anything harsh. What you have said will be said back to you. If we destroy something around us, we destroy ourselves. If we cheat another, we cheat ourselves. There's a treasury full of jade and jewels. It is in you. Don't go searching far from home for it. It's here. To support mother and father, to cherish wife and children, and to be engaged in peaceful occupation. This is the greatest blessing. On a long journey of human life, faith is the best of companions. It is the best refreshment on the journey, and it is the greatest property. The foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. If a man does what is good, let him do it again. Let him delight in it. Happiness is the outcome of good. Better it is to live one day, seeing the rise and fall of things, than to live 100 years, without ever seeing the rise and fall of things. Offensive acts come back upon the evildoer, like dust that is thrown against the wind. Life is uncertain. Death is certain. Pay no attention to the faults of others. Things done or left undone by others. Consider only what by oneself is done or left undone.